Hello, everyone. It is I, your digital lord and savior, Sigtal Lord, and I am here with you tonight with exciting content. We are returning, going full throttle with our Captain's Draft Tournament. This is going to be a double elimination tournament that works a little bit different than our events in the past. We're going to be having this exclusively as a draft where we'll have captains and they actually draft their players as opposed to us assigning the teams. And it's going to be new, it's going to be exciting, and I really hope that you enjoy the content we make for you. As always, we appreciate your subscriptions, your Twitch Prime subs, keep the lights on. And I am tickled pink to be joined tonight by a new voice to the community, Tuxedo Mask. Tux, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing very good. Thank you so much for having me on here, Sig.
Well, I know that all of our community is excited when we get new casters. So everybody, show them a little bit of love in chat, and make sure if you're in the Discord, give them an and welcome them with full-hearted chests. Okay. So tonight, in terms of format, folks, we have for you some of the most competitive and capable players in our Discord server playing their preferred roles in order to be rated for the player score. Player score is going to be provided to the captains and to the community as a whole to see how players are evaluated based off of prior play history, rank, and then a live observation, which you're going to be watching right now. You can head to our Discord and view the rubric for which we're going to be grading these players. It's a test tonight. We always use that these players are going to be tested, but it is a real test tonight. So, Tux, tell the community a little bit about yourself.
Well, as he has already said, I will be beginning to hopefully be a recurring caster for this GMA. Uh, I have a little bit of a background in League of Legends, as I've been playing ever since Season 4, if you would believe that or not. Casual gold, and when I feel the urge to play, I try to get to platinum, but by then they nerf ADCs and I become a very sad man. But hopefully I do get to see the ADCs in this game pop off and reignite my love for this game.
Well, I think you will. It's going to be one heck of a shindig. I know everybody out there is going to enjoy this content, and you're going to enjoy the tournament. What we're about to get rolling right now. Devakin, I see you. I see you. Thank you so much for being here in our chat today. So good to see you, Sladen. We're excited to see you game 2, my man. All right, we're going to give these players the ready symbol. If you'll notice the pirate flag, this is a themed event. I'm trying to hold on to the good content with and the good logos and captains information, like the different flags. So tonight we have two special types of pirates. We have Team Napster versus Team Kazaa. We're gonna hold off on the medieval and the not medieval. I guess it'd have been like 1700 stuff, and we're gonna keep it modern day pirates for the scouting combine. Right now with these two stacked teams, we have playing for Team Napster, Godzilla, Huge, Alpha, Pistol Crab, and Fruity Dinosaur. And for Team Kazaa, we have Gotta Get Lucky, Lord of Admirals, Great Beard of Odin, Eternal Saurus, and Princess Peach. I know that you haven't really got to experience the GMA meta yet, Tux, but people really value banning out Lord of Admirals. Guy was MVP for the community draft, the Community Cup tournament we had back in July and September. Very high caliber player. Graves, one of his signature champs. The Zerath is most certainly a targeted ban towards Alpha, with the Vayne reaching into that Pistol Crab. We're used to seeing Crab play in some different positions. It is fun to see him playing ADC tonight. Akali is a targeted ban towards Odin. Odin never gets it, and he probably never will. Lilia, a secondary ban towards Lord of Admirals. I know the meta is leaning towards Lilia in lane, but dude's still a beast in the jungle. Based off of these picks you've seen so far, Tux, what do you think these teams are looking to play around? Are we looking at pick comps? You think people are in preparation for preventing team fights? What are these bans telling you so far?
Now hold on, wait a minute here. I'm seeing Godzilla picking up a set. seeing as how they've already banned the Graves, the Kali, and the Lilia, it's looking like they're trying to go for a very solid team fight composition. Definitely hoping that the enemy team picks a tank, which they in fact do. Looks like they're going to be picking into the set, maybe flexing a little bit of the Gwen there. But no, they actually first picked the Misfortune, trying to lock it in for, I believe, Eternal, who is a Misfortune main, wants to get that in there before they end up banning ADCs.
I
By chance, I might just say that you might be going for a classic 5v5 team fight. Definitely going to be seeing a tank on Bruiser Tank on the red
Ooh.
team with that Yumi pickup, though, I gotta say.
That is a signature champion for Princess Peach. Dude is was when he joined the server, he was known as a Yumi one trick. I love that they're emulating the world's meta. If you look at the knockout stage of groups, this was a heavily contested bot lane, and the Jin pick coming across means that people are still watching Worlds. We got to see some exciting play in the bot lane with Jin and potentially Zillion. I would love to see that here in our league. I know the pros may have a little bit more practice, but they just ain't got the shine that our players do, Tux.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that, but thankfully you said it for me. I was going to say, definitely, I have to agree. They don't have the je ne sais quoi, if you will, when it comes to the kind of real fundamental knowledge and overall that our players have when it comes to these champion picks, as they're normally used to heavy farm lanes. But I do see that the Hecarim was in fact picked. It's going to be a nasty combo with the Yumi ulti, as Hecarim's going to allow the Yumi to get into the front line and the back line. It really caused some chaos for this kind of grouped up team that they're going for. But I do have to admit, Sig, that it looks like they are trying to go for a some kind of a early pick comp from the Napster team, Team Napster that is, due to the fact that I can easily see here you have both Set and Scion. Probably Scion support, honestly, from what it looks like here. Gonna try to get a little cheese with his Q, followed up by Jin's W to get some early lockdown going for the bot lane. Definitely a harassing lane, it might seem.
I'm excited to see how it plays out. I personally don't like the Hecarim in the set. It feels like he undoes a lot of the work that you put in. But that being said, I'm excited for the Scion support pick. Potentially, it's Fruity's favorite flavor in the bot lane when he is playing support. He reached his highest rank in league playing as a one trick Scion a few seasons ago. So I think that'll be a fun thing to watch. I really like the Kazaa comp though, and I think getting rid of those picks like the Seraphine and the Zac is just gonna keep that Misfortune alive. It's gonna be so hard to reach into that backside of the team fights, and if MF's just able to get dots across the entirety of the team fight, Tux, it's going to be a nightmare for someone like Jin, who's got reach of his own. But if you're locked down from Yumi, from Hecarim, oh, and then Urgot, man, this
With the
front line is
Urgot, right.
potentially devastating. What are your thoughts on the Urgot pick? Most certainly it's in the top lane for God to get lucky.
Oh, so that's why they picked it. I was actually a little surprised at the Urgot pick myself. I would thought they were going to go for more of a global utility when it comes to their top and mid lane, maybe like a Shen top with mid lane TF, for example, to really hone in the on hit, stun them, keep them locked in, early abusing, which is why I figured they would pick like a Nocturne for Team Napster because they are looking for a kind of once they see a target, they're going to pounce onto it. But definitely, this is the Urgot. He's definitely going to be a strong solo top laner for sure. Oh, a couple of ganks is all it's going to really need for the set to be rendered helpless against Urgot's scaling strength. And the Vex as well picked up, possibly against the Lux here.
Yeah, that's a
I
GMA debut for us, Tux. That's the first time Vex has been played in our competitive scene.
Yeah, I cannot wait to actually see it. I am curious as to the Lux versus Vex matchup. I do understand that from my fundamental play of Vex, she kind of plays kind of like a Rise, or fundamentally so of a mini Xerath, where she doesn't really do constant poke damage. She's more so it hits about 2 to 3 abilities and then she's spent. Much like with Lux though, when it comes to her main combo being her Q followed by an E, with a W only being the shield there. So I can't wait to see how the laning phase goes between these two players.
I think it will be one heck of a showdown. I'm excited for these players and optimistic that they're all going to perform to the best of their ability to receive the best possible rating. Team Napster versus Team Kazaa in the Captain's Draft Combine Day 1. Let's head over to the skins, Tux. It is a tradition for us here at GMA. We love to talk about the skins. We call it the Skin Showdown. And right now, as this transitions live for you folks, we are going to start seeing nothing. Because I went too early, we took a month off, and I heavily regret it. We got 3 minutes to talk about these fantastic comps.
Well, in that case, if you really want to, we can guess as to if the Vex will be skin or skinless. As right now, she only has one skin as her option, which I believe would be Dawn Bringer Vex, which is kind of weird in my opinion.
It's
I
a
thought she'd be more
trash
of a
tier
Nightbringer.
skin that trash tier players wear, and if Odin wears it, he's an embarrassment. It looks like a skin from season 1. It's a palette swap. It's disgusting. I'm about to vomit, Tux. Let's move on to a new song. I cannot stand that skin. It is an affront to everything that initial skin should be.
Speaking of skins, do you agree that they actually lost a lot of potential with that release of Kane's skin for the same skin line splash art? Or was it just me who feels that it should have been instead Rast as the Nightbringer and then Kane himself as a Dawnbringer versus them flipping it to where now blue is your red Kane and then red is your blue Rast?
I would have enjoyed that as a lore fan, as someone that I hadn't considered that potential. I like that. I like that, Tux. I like that call a lot. But let's take this last minute, and I want you to give me your best opinion. Team Kazaa, Team Napster. Who's walking away with the W?
Okay, so it's really going to, and for my opinion, it's going to really be a hard crunch on the junglers this game here. You have a Nocturne. He does have potential to gank early, but he really shines post level 6. So the real job of Team Napster is to be able to weather against the storm of Hecarim's abilities to gank with the Urgot Vex and Yumi Misfortune ability to make it where it's harder to avoid the Speedy Pony. If they are able to hold strong and not surmise to any of the ganks done by Team Kazaa, pre-level 6, I do believe Team Napster has a very strong chance of coming away with the W just based on their scaling comp of your Scion, Jin, and Set.
Well, you heard it straight from the well-dressed gentleman's mouth. Tux is calling it, and I think I'll agree. I think that Kazaa has huge potential in team fights, and just playing to their comp, I think they could really perform well. Now we can go to the Skin Showdown, which I had touted so heavily, and we can enjoy it together. All right, looking at it as it
What
loads.
comes in. And it is Dawnbringer Vex after all.
I take away everything nice I've ever said about Greatbeard Odin. Terrible guy with bad taste. And bad taste in music. He should feel bad.
But are you aware who does have amazing taste? That will be Eternal with his Crime City Misfortune. Definitely a favorite of the Misfortune player community. A second to none to Secret Agent Misfortune with her GoldenEye pistols.
I think these are all solid skins. Nobody is sitting naked. World Breaker Scion, one of the less cool splash arts, but one of the better in-game models. Haunting Nocturne, very timely. Elementalist Lux didn't have to flex on us like that, Alpha. I'm gonna give this to Alpha and the gang, just based off of a little bit of the synergy they have going there. I do love Pajama Guardian cosplay Urgot. I think all the skins are good except for Greatbeard Odin. I would give him... I'm actually not going to say there's a loser in the Skin Showdown except Greatbeard Odin. Everybody else wins. Odin, you exclusively lose. I cannot stand that in-game model. It is just a color swap. Ah, disgusting.
Now the real question will be, does he color swap the color swap with the chromas utilized by? No, he does keep it fresh with the base color skin option. Okay.
All the cool stuff you can do with with everything in this game and all the lore available and all the elsewhere lore, and you get this, you get that skin. Whew. Well, let me try to move on emotionally, Tux. Looking at, we are seeing a standard 5-point start for the red team. On the blue side, it does look like they're kind of straddling the Drake pit. I think they're just trying to be very cautious about the potential invade coming from that Yuumi. I do like looking at the initial itemization. It's a pretty safe start. Did I see that right? That's a Spell Thief's Edge in the mid lane.
Yes, it will seem to be that way, as it looks like the Lux player might try to be funneling the Nocturne when it comes to where the gold will be distributed. So definitely look out for a lot of mid lane gank attempts, as it looks like they're trying to bully Odin out of lane early to try to slow that snowball attempt that Vex is known for at level 16.
Also, that level of vision provides a very hard counter towards the global mobility of the Hecarim. Or as Gregosaurus Rex points out, either that or Alpha screwed up. We'll see in first back.
Never screwed up, always a calculation, as they always say.
Well, I know the real calculated call was Divakin. Thank you so much for the sub, and thank you so much for gifting a sub, Diva. You're always appreciated and welcome in this community. Now, trades are going on across the map. You can see in the bot side, farm is favoring this blue team, though. I'm wondering what the goal is there with the Yuumi. Are they trying to poke them out? It looks like that's what they're trying to go for.
It does look like they're trying to discourage the Scion from walking up to get his bush cues initiated.
Oh, big damage coming across in the top lane. Godzilla not going even with Lucky in that trade.
It's also interesting, the jungling path of the two junglers, as it looks like they both started red side, though with Hecarim soloing his red, or they both started red buff for that matter. I am curious to see if Hecarim's going to try to do a level 3 gank on bot and then try to secure that bot side crab.
Oh, Godzilla now sub 300, uses the ultimate, throws out the haymaker, gotta get Lucky, trying to get out, double flash, first blood goes over to Godzilla. What a play! Incredible maneuvering there. I think the haymaker is really the thing that is to highlight here with you, Tux. The timing on that, just making sure that you're hedge guarding against that damage output from the Urgot. And more damage potentially coming down.
Combination, as I said before, definitely look out for that combo of Sion's Q messed with Jin's W. But I would also like to say that it might also just be a different of starting items, as he went the Doran's Blade versus the Shield. All that health regeneration from Set really came in clutch there for him.
Big time. Now, as we continue along this match, let's take a look at a little bit of gold. Things are fairly even, but that first blood.
The early ward, there was early ward attempt, as I said before, that early roaming from ganking of the Nocturne, as I did figure that was going to be the case.
Now, it does look like, if we take a look at the gold, this is going to be an uphill fight now in the top lane. A simple item like that pickaxe is going to pay dividends in the trades. I think that very well could be not the end of the lane, but unless some investment comes from the jungler, Tux, I don't know how you climb back into this very easily.
Oh, most definitely. So, especially if you go by the runes by themselves, Set went with the Conquer versus the press the attack of Urgot. So that means that, at least from how I see it, Urgot was only looking to do skirmisher poke trade versus a long extended fight. Might have been why he went down there. And now we have the combination once again from Nocturne. Is he going to be able to get this early gank off? It doesn't seem to be the case. Of course, he just walked that off. Oop. And then Hecarim's getting hit by the Lux Q.
It saved his life, but now we could... Ooh, almost picked up a kill there in the mid lane by Greatbeard of Odin. Alpha sub 200 health. All right. So, what should we be looking at in terms of the first objectives on the map, Tux?
Well, looking to see, as it is a water dragon, if there was ever a team that would want to prioritize hold on, it was able to burn the heal out of the Misfortune. It is going to be an easier lane now for the Jin Scion, getting that early heal out of the MF. But as far as objectives concerned, I believe if any team wants to get that Water Dragon first, it would definitely be Team Napster, as they have much more of a beefier front line that needs that ability to health regen versus the self-regeneration capabilities of your Hecarim or your Urgot when he completes his item.
Well, you see in the top side, Godzilla is continuing the skirmish. Gotta Get Lucky is pushed off the wave entirely. Despite being close in CS up to this point, this is where, again, that pickaxe just paying dividends. I'm interested, if you look at the back timing of these junglers, Nocturne is now back in the bottom quadrant for himself. I think that they could be looking to pressure this bot to get this first Drake.
Yeah, as I thought. But this is not a bad spot for the Urgot to be. As he can survive this all in by the set. Unfortunately, he was not able to. Set layering his abilities beautifully underneath tower to transfer the aggro around. If he was able to survive that gank, the Hecarim was definitely moving over towards the set, and that would have been resulting in a nice
and the big gank in the bot side, huge there, gets the CC down, Eternal uses the flash, Yuumi able to reattach, get the heals across. Very well played by Team Kazaa. I'm very excited to see if we see a return gank now that we know the flash is down on Eternal.
It definitely looks to see that the Nocturne is hovering, but it looks like they are deciding to not overplay their hand and go for that dragon.
Well, it looks like the flash was just enough of a trophy so you could do that. And you are correct, Gregosaurus Rex in the chat. We do now safely know Alpha did just mess up and purchase the wrong item.
This is true. This is true. I'm curious, however, as to what is their play now, because I figured that Nocturne will be level 6 after he does this red buff camp.
Ooh, missed ultimate from Odin. Do get the ultimate from Lord of Admirals. Alpha walks away, even getting some damage therein after. So very secure in his placement. Lucky trying to get the damage across. They do go even after the Haymaker. Lucky now running his own garage sale of sub 400 cost items.
Yeah, he's in this case here, as he is behind, he definitely wants to complete his boots before, unfortunately, completing his damage, because Urgot gets most of his damage off of those passive tendril spikes that are going around his legs. If you can get a nice 360 loop around set, the amount of damage that just pops off from that is quite
flash
insane.
comes out from Godzilla. Lucky just walks away. Yeah.
So now that he is prepped for yet another gank, has nowhere else to run to, can easily get picked off by the Nocturne, who looks to be hovering that side. My most valuable question will be, does the Hecarim spot out this pink ward that's dropped on his side of the jungle? He's able to spot this out.
That is a potentially valuable ward, depending on the Hecarim pathing. But Gotta Get Lucky, tries to survive, under tower, doesn't matter, goes down, Godzilla on a killing spree. Peach uses the ultimate in the bot lane, Fruity Dinosaur goes low, but he does get the kill.
He did forget about the Scion's passive of coming back alive.
1 for 1 in the bot lane.
Oh, now is Peach dancing. She's moving. Looks like the Jin did not take heed of the ward. Good flash to evade Hecarim's charge. But it's going to get tired on because it is a Yuumi after all.
Pistol Crab does go down. Kill goes over to the Yuumi.
Something that I would also like to state here is I feel that the set could have put his TP down in the bot lane there in order to save the Jin, but I do understand that the ADC dying there versus helping your jungler secure the Herald to easier crack the top lane tower. They might even do a lane swap between bot and top to shift the gold around. I wonder if this game is going to pay out for them.
We'll see what Godzilla ends up doing. With Huge having that eye in his inventory now. It is going to be a where's the Nocturne game right now. Now, in terms of the mid lane matchup, Tux, we haven't got to talk about it a lot. Looks like they are staying fairly even. Itemization is pretty close considering the slight mistake that Alpha had made at the start of the game. I think that this is going to be a late game match with regard to how much impact these mid laners have. I think the Vex could potentially have more to invest late game just based off of the ultimate resets.
Here comes the early ultimate there. Huge was able to predict the attempt of the scare and hit his W at the perfect time to get away from that to cancel it out.
Oop, Godzilla going aggro in the top lane, does land the Skull Crusher, just punches him to death. Haymaker was used early there, I believe, so just no real investment of many abilities. He can just continue to dominate the lane.
Very true.
Got to get lucky on the most stranded island imaginable. Fruity just walking up.
There's no flash. Does die. Does the Yumi die as well? That is the question. It is slowed. Jin, nope, he goes for the double kill. As we have that, she does engage with another nice kill in the mid lane. So the transfer, do they get enough damage on the turrets? No, they will not, because it was actually Huge that took the Rift Herald, so they will be getting bot lane tower before they're able to get mid lane cracked open. Well, actually the reverse of what I predicted.
Very interesting stuff. We'll see if this tier 1 race pays off for either team. In the bot lane, we're there. In the mid lane, nowhere near. Looks like they've surrendered this race, and first tower is going to go over. In the bot side, 2-team Napster.
And also, real quick, let me just say thank you so much for tuning in, ICT4, one of my good streamer friends, as well as a dedicated viewer of my own. George, you were completely correct about your idea of the matchup between Lux and Vex. The initiation is ridiculous. However, Vex needs to be in a place where she can safely engage. What with the Nocturne seemingly hovering around the Lux, the chances of that happening will be very situational based on when the Hecarim will be around. But it looks like blue team, Team Napster, will be securing their second dragon. Let's see what the... Oh, it will be a Cloud Dragon as the soul. That's something that Team Kazam would really benefit from, being able to spam their ultimates faster, as they are a team fighting comp.
Well, the pace is certainly favoring the blue
another
side.
attempt. Beautifully done. Yeah, as I said, have to admit that that is what they were definitely going for with this Vex Hecarim matchup here against the more stationary Lux when she does not have her flash up.
Ultimate comes out from the Scion, trying to catch the spot side. What do you think will happen, Tux?
Actually, I did not see the ultimate come. There it is. There's the ulti. A little behind, I have to say, but I do not believe that someone will be able to get the curve off as the flash does come out. Good force. That's actually not bad. Getting the flash out of the Misfortune is another free kill from Nocturne to just hide around and ult in when they come back to lane.
Intimidating as the Kaiju King himself, Godzilla, forces Lord of Admirals off that blue buff, just menacingly punching in his direction. Looks like pings are coming across. Blue side pinging out that they've got all kinds of visitors here in the river. Godzilla catches the Admirals himself. The ultimate does come across from the Jin. They're trying to pick up the kill, and they will get it. Admirals goes down. GBO just tries to make it out with that crappy skin intact, and he will do so. Now it's just a game of establishing vision and creating your map dominance for this blue side. With a 3k difference, we're up. Godzilla at it again in the top side, lands the Skull Crush, trying to whittle down Lucky. Lucky trying to make it back to the tower as safe as possible. Godzilla has not used the Haymaker yet. Under tower. Ooh, he will miss the ultimate from the Urgot. That is a rough thing to miss, but I don't know if he would have got it under the tower anyway. At 500 gold shutdown, Godzilla's pretty valuable in terms of an objective himself right now, Tux. What do you think you could do from this red side's perspective to deal with this?
As far as this kind of setup is concerned, what I would definitely recommend for Team Kazam to try and attempt to do. Actually, as we have this conversation, it looks like New Lane is going off with a full team fight, really exploring what team fight possibilities they have at their disposal there. It looks like it was both Vex's ultimate and Misfortune, along with the Yumi, just ulting down that Lux and the Scion. A replay coming in now.
The payoff was huge for this team comp there. They invested in the 1-4 split, and seeing that 4 pay off with the Hecarim engage from Admirals, followed by an incredible bullet time from Eternal, I think we're going to start seeing things start to stabilize for this team if they can keep this pace up.
Not to mention, it looks like the set is going more so towards his solo laner for itemization purposes, going the plated steel caps and a gore drinker. I do believe that it is possible for Napster to possibly have that set give up the bounty if the red team is able to fully commit onto the set, as you have 3 sources of magic damage coming in.
We are going to see them on the Herald. And Sheldon will go down, again going into the pocket of Huge. Where will they apply this pressure? Could they potentially look to crack the mid-tier 1? It looks like that will be the goal, Tux.
Still pressuring the Urgot top side, however. Off the tower. Will they kill him through? They will. They will tower dive him with the Jin set combo, as they do still prep the mid. A little hesitant to actually land it. Oh, they do finally drop it, so that will be the mid tower gone. Set does TP to try to secure the dragon. He's going to try to come in from the back end. Oh, they're walking right into him. An amazing TP play by the blue team, Team Napster. It looks like Hecarim is able to survive most of the early damage, but now the Jin comes in to collapse upon will possibly a double kill coming in, but you get to see the straight disgusting heal ability of the Hecarim and the Yumi. Amazing survivability. Hecarim was able to get that shutdown gold, and I was just the Jin down. The Jin now has to run away from his life. It looked to be a very strong team fight for Team Napster, but as I said before, that Yumi Hecarim combo.
Oh my god, the ultimate from Lucky! Clutch, baby, right under the tower. Woo, that was a risk there, but very exciting stuff. So sorry to talk over you, Tux. Got a little hype.
Not at all. Not at all. That was an amazing snipe. I definitely put him back into the game with that kill on the Jin.
Smite comes across. Lord of Admirals will pick up the first Drake of the game for the red team. Let's see if they're able to do anything with it. Tier 1 will go down. Gotta get Lucky, starting to show off, but gets caught by the binding there. Gotta get Lucky, trying to get out. Ooh, does land the blast cone. Let's see if he continues this chase, trying to make his way to the second blast cone. Nope, he's baiting them. He's going.
Play them out.
Trying to keep the chase up.
Is to try to get himself executed so he's not giving any of the gold away.
Oh, the hit will come from Pistol Crab there.
That will go to the Jin.
Well, that probably bought him a tower in the bot lane, Tuck, so I think it will work pretty well. Peach, you got headphones on? Or Miss Peach Time? I'm sorry, I'll try and keep the screaming to a minimum.
Yes, we are just too passionate when it comes to some very good League of Legends gameplay. And let me tell you guys, this is the best I've seen in a long time.
And we've been watching Worlds, buddy.
We're not going to talk about I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, in terms of North American play, these guys could take it to Korea this weekend. We are going to see Great Beard Odin trying to answer Godzilla in the top side. The fear comes across, but nope. Gonna be too late potentially.
With the Ignite, wasn't enough. Too much HP on this set. He's too much of a chunky boy, if you will.
You know, if he would have had a chroma or a different skin, I think he could have won that.
If he had a chroma, he definitely would have gotten away from that Flash W in by this set. That much is true.
Unlike Worlds, an NA team will win this matchup. Gregosaurus Rex, you've called it on the nose.
Mathematically, you are not wrong. You are not wrong at all.
It would be interesting, though, to learn about the European citizenship for the entirety of the winning team.
Into the Scion Cube, and also gets combinated by the Jin W. Also, the Nocturne is going to ult in. This person needs to get himself some space. Not able to get any. Does fall down, but now it is Yumi and Hecarim. They do ignite the Hecarim. That's going to be a less of a healing going. But the healing ability is so much good. Oh, gotta get lucky. Does ult in with this. Oh, my goodness. They're still chasing them. Jin has to shoot pellets in the back. It won't be enough damage, and that is the turn around. As I stated before, the Hecarim Yumi is too strong. We need to have more health regeneration cut on the red-blue team in order to get through this Hecarim Yumi combo.
Terrifying team fight, and they very poignantly sidestepped the haymaker there. Those suede shoes on this red side brought the gold back to even, and now the Drake attempt is live. Great Beard Odin lands the ultimate, gets the kill. We'll see if they get it. Close, though. Close. Looks like the Baron will potentially be free. The ultimate from the Jin is not available, so no global pressure.
I was able to catch it there to see who flexed their mastery on the blue team after that kill happened, but the red team is definitely feeling themselves. Another ult coming in. Pop the flash instantly. He is now unable to get away from the Hecarim, dashing in. Another flash in. Hecarim needs to wait for the Yumi to do any debuff damage.
Folks, I apologize. I don't know what's happening, but I keep losing a second every little bit. So if you keep hearing me trying to play catch up with my man Tux here, that's why. I'll do a check after this game. Lord of Admirals continuing to farm. That's who we're seeing live on the screen right now. He does have 2 completed items. That is the Death's Dance you're seeing there. So survivability is the priority for this team.
Well, yes, now at this point, the Hecarim is going to be very hard to take down now with his 500 gold bounty on his own side. I believe a good way for Team Napster to close out the victory here would be to trade the next dragon that spawns with yet another tower. Possibly get bot side or top side stacked in here, and just crush it while the enemy team goes for the dragon. But as I'm saying that, they do go in for yet another team fight. Looks like they got picked off early. Broken's top watch has been caught. It was not enough to survive that exchange. Jin has thrown in as much as he can with the bullet time by misfortune. Hecarim has rushed in, has gotten 1 kill into 2 kills. Gotta get lucky with another across the map, John Payton, if you will, snipe by his football. Hecarim killed once more, and as I said before, the team composition of Shazam is insane.
It is just too difficult to deal with right now, as their team fights just don't seem to have a weak point. The greatest success that we've seen the red side have has been when they're able to catch out the MF, when they're able to try and isolate Hecarim, but it's just not happening. Admirals and Eternal playing in these team fights so incredibly well. And the Yumi, not to be understated, 2-1-14 right now. So not
Actually,
only is
the Lich-Pin.
Heavily getting these catches so vital. Oh, the ultimate is lost there.
Barely a kill coming in there. Unfortunately, was no other extra damage able to be followed up onto that. Another ghost has been popped. Looks like they will be trying to kill the Lux.
Oh, the ultimate does come across as well from multiple players. Nocturne tries catches it.
Here. No, never mind. Huckram will just walk away from it. Team Napster definitely seems to be in a rough position. I think their only true sense of being able to actually win that. Oh, never mind. As I say that, Crab looking to try to make something work for him here. Getting the pickoffs here. As Silent trying to be the body blocker for his Jhin. Is able to give his Jhin some time to get away. Even though Hecarim is on the chase for him. And no one's been hit the top side. Set needs to go up there to go match this Urgot, as he has claimed yet another tower, and he will be crashing possibly another wave into topside. Never mind, he's playing quite cautious. Now that he's worth gold, he decides not to push forward.
You can really see the itemization priorities for these two teams starting to come to light. I really love the Gale Force on the Jhin here. That was such a key pick onto Eternal, and I think it's what allowed them to get back some of the gold that they were able to get back just now. I'm wondering from this point, so we're a minute 20 from Baron, we're 240 from the next Drake. There's no real reason to fight, so I'm wondering where Vision's gonna come in, Tux. Where it looks like Vision is Vision priority is heavily favoring the red team right now in terms of next objective. Short of that scuttle, which we can check right now, it should be done before the next objective pops, I believe. So I'm wondering what the next opportunity is here, trying to fight back for some of the Vision. They are pushing up their mid wave, giving them a little bit more of that Baron priority back, but I would be terrified to walk into the jungle of this red team, or even trying to reclaim some Vision from them. Because if they start that team fight and you're not fully prepared and fully aware, that's all she wrote. And 30 seconds now till the Baron, and this TP is not going to be up for Godzilla. They very well could just be forfeiting this to them.
Well, it does seem like Godzilla as well as Lucky could possibly match each other for TP on TP, as it might just be that Godzilla is shadowing Lucky to make sure that a TP can't come out, even though, as I say that, of course, Godzilla is to be walking up towards the Baron after a little bit of a flash is happening here, so he might actually beat Lucky to the Baron just through pure roaming. However, what I will say as a closing statement, try to step and tap into the star stream here to see if I can read the future. This is going to go two ways. It's going to be a team fight early over Vision control, so I could light up late ward, possibly a Scion roams in and walks in right into that Hecarim Yumi, and he gets trapped. Or actually might just be the set. Oh, looks like Truth does come into form as they walk into the Hecarim Yumi, completely wipe the misfortune. Now they have to back off. Vex comes in from the sidelines here. Unfortunately, that does kill the Nocturne, which will not allow Vex to ulti back in for it. They're running the Hecarim down. Finally do kill the Hecarim as well here. Just brute force with the set. They finally decide to put all their eggs into one basket. Are going to continue to run down the Yumi. I believe here they don't even go for the Baron. They just take the mid lane tower and then they take the inhibitor right afterwards. Oh, looks like Gotta Get Lucky was trying to make it work for his team though, crashing another tower down bot side. But I don't believe that will be enough. If they're able to stop Gotta Get Lucky's TP, they were not able to, unfortunately. So the two inhib towers will be saved for now. But looks like they will be trying to get a little bit of a payback with the Air Dragon on their side, making it the next dragon will be Soul Point for Team Napster.
I think that was such a well-orchestrated fight from this blue side. Understanding your strengths and... Oh, go ahead.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more with that statement.
So I'm curious. One or two things go different. If Huge wouldn't have had the Guardian Angel, we could have seen a continued fight from Greatbeard to Odin. So that item was a defensive item on a level that you can't even calculate the investment at this point, because that won that team fight, preventing Odin from going in and clearing up any of those low health bars on the blue side. I also really am impressed by Gotta Get Lucky's positioning after that TP. He was able to block the Jhin from getting that kill on Greatbeard to Odin just by his TP positioning, his initial steps to the bot side of that tower as opposed to wrapping around to the top. It saved a life. So just small things, small nuances in these fights, folks, are really what's bringing both teams back from the brink of loss every time.
Couldn't agree more, but I am also curious as to what their answer would be. I would also like to ask anyone in the chat if anyone knows the interactions between Vex, as she is such a new champion. Does she need a target to be alive when she ults in? As I've noticed that was an ultimate that was able to proc the Guardian's Angel of Huge.
Ooh, big engage!
Proc. Oh, the big engage coming in. Oh, never mind. Looks like Greg was able to answer that for me here. Ooh, Misfortune ulting right into the face of Set. Oh no, it's all going down with the Scion also ulting in as well. It will just be Vex. Quad kill, possibly by the Scion. It was taken. Unfortunate.
That was 1 punch and 3 lives. The health bars evaporating for this red side in the face of a single regular ability from Set. Definitely a balanced champion. Oh my god. Lord have mercy, Tux. That was one heck of a play. I'm knocked out by it. So what is the next steps for this now rallying blue side?
Well, they're definitely doing the right thing as they are seeming to converge onto the Baron fate, but it might just be to get the Scion away from taking away their vision over it. But I would say that their next step would be to bait a Baron and just prioritize the last dragon, as the last thing you want is to have Team Kazam get a third Cloud Dragon, because if they get a fourth one, then you're talking about Hecarim getting a movement speed buff, which is automatically a damage buff on his ultimate and just naturally on the map as he gets cooldown speed as well.
I think an interesting point with the Drakes is I think it's also about timing, where if blue side, if red side go to a third Drake, that's 7 minutes of scaling into a team fight comp. Where that money on the Hecarim, the money on the MF, and the money on the Yuumi are just so valuable. It's going to mean that just essential, that little bit more damage that their health bars are barely keeping. And if this set gets caught out within that 7-minute window, I think we're looking at a fallen Nexus, Tux.
Yeah, I could not agree more with that statement. They definitely need to now refocus up on scaling. As you noticed, the Jhin has now outscaled the Misfortune, being almost level 16 before Misfortune hits 15. Same going with the two top laners here, as Godzilla is barely edging out now Lucky. If you're looking as far as CS wise, Lucky has been doing a better job of getting map experience. But with Set killing 9 people and 6 assists, I would definitely say he's getting more of the champion experience, if you will.
Yeah, also the itemization with Lucky is very interesting. They're buying heavy into this 4-1 split, having the Hullbreaker in his inventory, but that's not going to start them from starting up this Baron, or at least threatening it.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to goad the blue team away from the third Cloud Dragon, as they want to be able to get the first rotation and really set up camp on that side of the map there. I wouldn't be surprised if they do in fact commit to this split of Baron versus third Cloud Dragon for Team Red. As I said before, the Cloud Dragon I definitely can agree more with, and it looks like that might just be the case here, as Team Napster is going up towards the Baron while they're leaving the Dragon by itself. But I guess I take it back. It looks like Kazam does not want to trade Baron for Dragon, as they instantly start running up there to the top side.
I don't think that comp can. Short of the Nocturne, that is a very slow Baron take. So I don't know if they could really outpace this red team. And looks like Admirals is already on Drake, so he'll get
doing Drake.
Unless they get vision on that and are able to Nocturne in, which could be. They do have vision. They are fighting on it. Godzilla goes in. The ultimates come across, and the dragon is slain.
Ultied. Yumi has jumped out the Hecarim. Hecarim has been jumped with. Onto Nocturne as well. And that is what they had to prevent. They could not have the set and the Nocturne go in one at a time. They had to have waited for the Scion. As well as the Lux's shield. Very underrated. I'm not too sure why Jin walked almost melee range into a Scion there, but he does have the fancy feet. Flipper, if you will. Look at the moves.
Close but no cigar.
Jin, not too sure. I guess he didn't realize the fact that he was around, walked right in just to get the last shutdown gold on the Misfortune. It's worth it for the Jin. Any gold is good gold for him.
Right now, with those death timers, looks like they are going to reset. They are not going to prioritize taking the Baron right now. So it looks like this is going to be a reset and see you in a minute as they potentially square up again.
Well, ultimately, the blue team has just made the game, we'll call it more exciting for them, if you will, as Napster now has a new challenge to surmount. They did reset the gold lead, as they were in the lead for a short while before that team fight. Now they're down 2k gold, but that's very small, negligible gold amount. One good team fight, and they're back into the swing of things once again.
So my question is, at the start of that objective, the last strike that was taken,
right?
What happened with Team Kazaa, and what do Napster need to do to try and close out this game, try and finish?
Oh, so the reason why they, Team Napster, lost that team fight in particular, despite winning the two team fights beforehand, was that the set unfortunately did fall into a classic syndrome that we like to call top lane main syndrome, where he flashes into the Baron pit before the Nocturne can even ult in to pick his target. Then both of them try to instantly kill the Hecarim, who was the most beefiest member of their team, at full level 18 with almost actual full build. I believe he was full build before he even backed. Hecarim was able to survive the entire all-in from Set and Nocturne. Yumi was able to get her ulti off, jump onto the Hecarim, re-heal him, and the Hecarim just rolled their face the entire way through. If they played it possibly slower, and they were giving the Scion the ability to jump into the Blast Cone, and then both of them were to get onto the Hecarim, they probably would have gotten the kill off there. But as I say that right now, it looks like there's going to be another team fight in the Baron pit. Nocturne has killed the Misfortune with his half of their damage. We have to keep eyes on the Hecarim to see where the Hecarim is going here, as well as the Urgot, as the Urgot is keeping the Jin busy. Urgot was able to keep the set killed, and now Hecarim is chasing down the Jin. Jin's running for his life. Urgot will die to the Nocturne Scion combo. Overall, it's going to make it a 2 for 3 without a Baron being taken. However, I will say overall, it's a win for the blue side.
I agree with that early pickup on Eternal. It just seemed like the team fight was just uphill at that point. You couldn't get that front to back fight that you really want. But well done from Lord Admirals, peeling off with the Yumi, able to get some health back, try to re-engage, but at that point, too many lives lost, as a solid pickup from the Nocturne onto Greatbeard of Odin, and then the attempted 1v2 from Gotta Get Lucky.
And as we say that, it looks like the Jin will fall victim to the Hecarim's ultimate, as well as the Yumi coming in. Well, the Yumi's ultimate with the Hecarim coming in, for that matter.
Well, that is 47 seconds until Pistol Crab is back up. Drake up in 47 seconds. So this is going to be a nail biter. This is potentially a fight without your AD and without the bulk of your income, as the Jin has really been such a focal point for this team at up to this point. 2k gold lead now separates our two teams. Anyone's game right now, but the Lux ult is down. Fruity trying to get something. I think too many tools are down for the blue side. They have to throw this Hail Mary. They have to prevent the soul. What will they do to buy time? I'm excited to see how this plays out, Tux.
I'm equally excited to see what the final item for the Misfortune will be, as she has had to realize by now, Eternal that is, has to realize that he's going to be the main focus of their Nocturne's ultimate. I am curious to see if he will be getting himself a Banshee's Veil or even a cleansing item, as that does take away. He's gonna jump in and got the steal on the dragon. He got the soul. Napster was able to steal it, as they always steal music. They were able to steal the Cloud Dragon and the Cloud Soul right out of the clutches of Hecarim.
So
that was amazing,
clutch.
all in there.
Incredibly well done by the Nocturne there. It looks like it cost them a lot, as the team fight did then favor red side. It is going to be the Baron exchange, but I mean, hey, you got soul. You're still in this.
Not only are they still in this, they also are completely living up to their name of Team Napster, just pirating the dragon right from the clutches of a pirate ADC herself.
Oh, I'm digging it. That is some deep meta there, Tux. Please, more.
Looks like Misfortune has not curried up enough doubloons to buy her final item. As I said before, it would be amazing if she does end up buying some kind of cleansing or some kind of magic negating item. As low as you know, I believe it still works. Keep in mind, this is last season's knowledge. But I believe if Misfortune does buy a Banshee's Veil, or if she does get a cleansing item, she's able to negate herself as a targetable character by Nocturne.
That is correct. Edge of Night also would make her
Edge of Night.
untargetable as well.
That is what I was also thinking of as well.
Yeah. Banshee's Veil. Nope, it was too good a name. They had to get rid of it. Well, we are going to see a Baroned up red squad pushing it into this bottom inhibitor.
And it looks like they do take the inhib as well. Uncontested. The set is going to try to do a little bit of damage to the Urgot. Nice sidestep of the Lux ultimate. Looks like they're trying to all in the Urgot, which means they use a lot of their abilities without being able to kill the front back line. But Nocturne does dive in, kills the Misfortune, but they still are focusing the tanks there. Urgot was able to soak up so much damage, in fact, that after spending almost everything just to get him down to 1/4 HP, it truly allowed everyone else on their team, like the Vex and the Hecarim, to just pop off and kill the rest.
Waves are favoring the red side, but it looks like they are going to pull out, try and get back.
With the amount of HP they have, they can just solo this turret without needing to worry about, and that's like what they do. Perfect, wonderful.
Yeah, they've got Yumi autos. Go ahead, take it down. They are going to continue the threat, though, Tux. It looks like they are going to peel off eventually. The ultimate from Lux to clear the way. Maybe steal a blue buff if someone was fighting it. At 43 minutes, Tux, I think this is the level of play for our first game back in a while that people were not ready for. If you are enjoying this match, as so many of you have been commenting, thank you so much for the engagement. If you do have any of those Twitch Prime subs, reminder, Riot has all kinds of new goodies for you to get with your Prime Gaming information. So please make sure you're checking that out through the client and give us the sub while you're at it. We'd really appreciate it. Drive-by sweep scans there. That's some good driving from Admirals with his passenger, Tux. You think you could have managed that? Could you clear wards that quick with a drive-by?
That quick with a drive-by, I might have had to do a second take, missing a couple of my initial shots as forewarnings. But with that another drive-by coming in to the set, now it's his time to get ganked on, as he will be getting hit with 3 people. Set's able to survive most of this hit. Lux, amazing hit coming in, was able to kill the Hecarim and the Yumi, but that is a lot. And the Vex is also down. Now it's just the set. Misfortune needs to hit amazing ulti. She's moving it too fast. Instantly died. Oh my goodness, it all went to shambles. And with that being said, as they had ignored as they ignored the Lux. Do keep in mind, despite the fact that she is 2 and 8 with 14 assists, her damage cannot be overlooked. They fully face tanked that Lux ultimate and paid the ultimate price for it, losing the team fight and possibly even their own mid tower and inhib. With the pace that they're going, if Sion, never mind, Sion backed. If Sion were to tank those first 2 waves, they 100% could have ended the game right there.
Well, they are going to get an inhibitor for their victory there. I'm wondering, with this momentum swinging back and forth constantly, and you just saw a team fight not go their way. I think it might have been a little bit mismanaged, but it still was a solid survive from Godzilla, and it didn't cost them much in order to get all this. 48 seconds from this Elder Drake. Who do you think is gonna walk away with this take, with this Drake, and potentially the win?
Well, if history does repeat itself, it looks like it will be first team Kazam on the pulse to get the actual Elemental Dragon first touch, and then Nocturne coming in afterwards for a steal. I am curious to see if Team Kazam was able to set up a cease and desist order. Never mind, as I say that just now, Lux finally does get what they were looking for, as they were able to get their early kill on Odin, making it now a 4v5. I do not believe this will be a team fight that they want to engage upon. If they can, I would say they want to first try to kill the Lux and the Jhin. Hecarim is looking, however. Without the Yuumi, though, very confused about that.
Woo!
I mean, nice kill coming in from the Nocturne, ulting the Misfortune, as now you have the Lux trying to get away from the Scion. Is able to evade Fancy Feet Wombo combo, was able to take it out by the set. Now it's just Urgot by himself. Urgot's trying to fight as much as he can. With just the Lux and the set, I do not believe they have enough
damage
to take out the Elder.
I wouldn't try. I would try and get back and save that tower. One tower down.
Unfortunately,
potentially
one tower
second.
is down.
The Yuumi comes back up. That's it. Let's get the cat giant man fight right now. Trying to wave clear. Godzilla could potentially just end this game.
Ultimate. If Yumi's able to stall for if only 10 more seconds, I believe it will be enough for the Misfortune to come back. Ultimate has been came in with the ignition. Set throwing out the early GGs here, as he believes he has enough damage to kill, and he does. And just like that, Godzilla comes in and takes it out. A true carry for his squad.
Man, what an ending to an incredible fight and an incredible game. We do see the blue side walk away with the win after a impressive fight at the Elder Drake. Let's take a look at some stats. All right. We're using some old graphics, folks. Just stay patient with us, I swear. We'll get some new stuff when the tournament kicks off. Looking at it right now, gold. Both teams had their fair amount of investment, but you cannot look at the some of the differences between the two lanes and not appreciate the skill of these players as they execute. Early leads with the set allowed for that pressure to be applied bot lane, and Pistol Crab was able to get strong payback, strong dividends on that investment. I think that this was a very close game. Tux, do you have any do you have any thoughts to wrap up this game?
I definitely will have to say my heart goes out to Eternal, as he is playing my most favorite character, Misfortune. I have to say a little bit of bias there. If they definitely are going to be going back to look for some improvement, I would definitely say that they would want to think more so on the spacing of those characters when it comes to those peak team fights, as there were times that they were getting caught out just by simply being too close and too accessible to one of those AoE attacks from the Lux, Nocturne, or even the set, for that matter, even the Scion, to go in on that. I am happy to see that the Scion Jhin lane is still strong as ever. and I can't wait to see what this team does in future games if this team combination is a staple.
I think that this chart right here we're looking at on stream is very valuable. The healing done versus damage taken. Look at the Hecarim. Look at the Yuumi. Just the amount of healing that poured out. But at the same time, the damage, the raw damage output that this blue team was able to put out, you just couldn't heal through it. And I don't think that itemization was really there to try and survive some of that. So my last chart that I want to look at, because we all know why we're here, that's Vision. Huge Vision coming out across the map. It does look like Vision did favor the red team, but Scion putting in the work with a raw Vision score of 123. Just shy of 30.
Clearing, he was dropping Vision all across the map, able to really be the true MVP of the team, in my opinion. As without all this Vision score, the Nocturne would have to have less opportunities to really utilize and capitalize on his ultimate.
Yeah, it really just shows you the value. And these are wards placed. He actually didn't clear as many as you would think, and it looks like they also had a larger value of control wards purchased, despite Crab's not. I'm not wasting my money. Wards are for supports. Well, I think this was a fun game, and I know that these players probably had a good time. We are going to go to a very minute, teeny tiny little break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Stay in chat. Let us know your thoughts about this game, and we'll be right back with Game 2 of the night.
Be seeing you.